Hey everyone! So today I want to discuss I think this was the first record from Boards of Canada that I bought. It was either this or Geo Gotti. But today I am going to be discussing Music Has the Right to Children, which I would like to address the title of this record first off. I don't agree with that in the slightest. I don't think music has the right to children. I think music would probably be a very irresponsible parent. I think, given music's history and its penchant for drugs and alcohol and sort of like easy sex with random people, I think music would make one of the worst parents ever. So I don't agree that music has the right to children. I think music has to earn the right to have children. Well, wait, people don't have to earn the right to have children. People can just fuck and get pregnant and then screw their kids' lives up. So maybe music does have the right to children. I don't know. I don't really agree with the title. I don't think music has the right to children. But, anyways, I am here to discuss the music on Music Has the Right to Children, not whether or not music has the right to have children. Oh, this fucking thing's gone completely off the rails. I just woke up, so I'm kind of all over the place. Anyways, this record to me, this is sort of like Boards of Canada's most properly 70s sounding album, because even though their artwork and their overall aesthetic has always sort of leaned, or at least as far as I'm concerned, their overall aesthetic has always leaned towards the 1970s, as far as like, you know, their artwork and their attitudes and their sound. This record, to me, this record sounds like the 70s, or rather, as much as a synthesized album from the late 90s can sound like the 70s, this is a pretty honest representation of that decade. I think in a lot of ways, um, if you took somebody from the 70s and you put this record on, and of course you didn't have the disc, you'd have to have the vinyl for it, you know, to really sort of sell the whole thing. I don't think they'd be able to tell that it was made in the late 90s. This record feels very complete. Everything about this album, it's like, you know, there's a start, a middle, and an end to this record. I mean, technically, I feel that from pretty much everything Boards of Canada has done, but this record to me, it feels the most organic, I guess, is a good way of putting it. It feels like it's from a different era, which I guess in a lot of ways you could argue that it's actually from a couple different eras. Because on one hand, this record does sound incredibly like a synthesized record from the 70s. But at the same time, this record's from the late 90s, and that's going back roughly, you know, a quarter of a century from where we are now as of September 2022. So when this record was made back in sort of like, you know, I could almost argue that it was the another renaissance era for electronic music, because 1998 or the late 90s, the mid to late 90s, were a fertile period for electronic music. You had everything from the Aphex Twin dropping like the Richard D. James record, with the Chemical Brothers were up to, the Prodigy, the Orbital, a billion other people that I can't begin to name here, and including Boards of Canada releasing the first record, which would put them on the map, and that is, of course, this album here, Music Has the Right to Children. And I definitely can say that it doesn't sound like the late 90s electronic music, because that, or at least as far as I'm concerned, that is more of like the Chemical Brothers' Block Rock and Beats, and like the Prodigy's Firestarter, or Breathe, Smack My Bitch Up. That was, or Air with Kelly Watch the Stars, or the fucking Flat Beat. Um, um, God, I love that song, but I know so many people that hate that song that I can't help but. Oh, don't forget too, Eiffel 65. That's right. Fuck. Um, so it doesn't sound like the electronic music that was being produced by Boards of Canada's peers at this point. This record sounds like it was straight from the 70s, but at the same time, it does sound modern enough to definitely not be from the 70s. I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say anymore. I've done so many of these. I'm lost. I love talking about these records that I listen to a lot, but sometimes I kind of get off track, and now I can't stop thinking about how music might have the right to children if music was fuck. See what I mean? I shouldn't do these things right when I wake up. Anyways, look, I'm gonna stop here. I love this record. I think everybody loves this record. This was the record that put Boards of Canada on the map. Music Has the Right to Children is an incredibly complex, engaging, fun, and catchy and remarkable recording from this rather mysterious duo who may or may not have satanic leanings. So I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for, wow, pushing 6 minutes while I discussed Boards of Canada's first record to put them on the map, and that is 1998's Music Has the Right to Children. Like always, if you liked this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you think music has the right to children, don't forget to leave it in the comments, because I totally don't think music has the right to children. I think music would be so incredibly irresponsible. Have a good day. Or night, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Who cares? I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.